sorry guys for the lack of uploads on this series. I just been...
R2 Captain Star Captain Zero.
Sorry guys for the lack of work on this series. The lack of uploads on Stories and Stories. Sorry guys for the lack of uploads. Guys, this is
Night or day.
guys, this is even though, guys, my first Stories Report short was actually, hold on, Vision hours. Star arrived to the prison too early. He found out that Vision hours won't be waiting. He decided to wait outside. Yeah, guys, the reason why Star's here so early is because Mad City is so in a different time zone. No. Guys, you see, Big City is in a different time zone than Mad City. It's in a separate time zone. So that's why Star arrived. It was at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon when he set out by car actually. So yeah, so that's why it's so. He didn't know what time visiting hours would start because he had important guys to see. Zero. He wanted to see Zero. Guys, I forget what I called Zorro. But around 9 o'clock, it was finally time for vision hour. Star. Okay. Hey, Hank. Meanwhile, we're Zero. Bro, it's just another sad day. Don't worry, guys. I will only get to the Tuz in a minute. In the first half of this story, I'm setting up Captain Zero, bro, has been established. He was in prison. So, guys, hey, Star, hey, Zero, what are you up to? Oh, just the same old. Name for acquiring my fleet, however. What were you? I was with the... As they began to talk for an hour, Zero asking really dumb questions to Star. Only finally asked $1 million question. Why are you... What ship were you serving on? I served on the White Star Lines. The reason why my fleet is called the Star Fleet is because of the company I used to work for. I still work for them. Yeah, you told me you work for the White Star Line. Fine. Yeah, I used to work for them. I used to work on the Oceanic a lot. I was actually... Okay, guys, this is where a record I'm going to play. So, which might work with Captain Star or retelling his past. When I remade Captain Star tells... Okay, I served on the Oceanic until about 1911. I was with the company from 1901 to right now. You've been with the company for that long? Yeah, guys, in my universe, the white Kunar line it's not the white Kunar line, it's the white Star Cunard, the white Cunard line, not the white, because the bridge had never sank in my universe. Oh, okay, okay. And then in June of 1911, well, I was still working on my news at it into June of 1911, but then on slightly before June 14th, 1911, I was asked to serve on board the White Star Line News Ocean Line, which was, I served on that ship. I was actually the third, I was actually the third officer aboard for most of my life on my time serving with that ship. Really? You were? I was with Cunard Line. I served on the Mauritania, yeah, until I became but then it all changed on June. On I was still on the Olympic when I got the orders that I would be on Titan. Which is what? Sorry. Sorry. I guys, pretend there's a phone there. I think this is how prisons work where the inmates are on one side of the glass and the people talking. Guys, pretend that, okay. I remember, my airline friend is paying me a visit. I have to get back. It's been nice talking to you, Hank, but I have to go. Joe needs me. He spent, guys, something that just happened. That map I've been using since stopped working right now, so yeah. Good. Guys. How am I going to get into Captain Star's office now? Because it clearly shows... Guys, I will try. Okay. Good morning, Starfleet. Good morning, Captain Zero. Good morning, Captain Star. I'll be... I don't know how to get... Okay. Okay. Being how my airline friend is coming to visit me later... Tuz. Oops. Guys. Now, I want you... Oh, Grandpa. I've talked to my brother. He said that you can be a part of OJ. Yes, sir? You can be... OJ. You're going to only be a part of the Normandy Bone Club when we move to Minnesota, like... a week in 2. What about me, sir? Sir? Huh? Grampus? I don't know. All of you are going to be where you were just at Brenham Docks. Speaking of which, that's that. You know how big this port is at again? Upgrade right now. Now. Yes? You're, speaking of which, Starfleet, you're going to be in Brenham Dock. Well, the Z stacks get Nafford Docks. Get Tidmouth Docks. Is that... Zorn said, oh, really? So, well, the Starfleet get Brenham, then we get Tidmouth. Those two are the biggest ports on the island. Oh. Well, my pilot friend should be here in... an hour. Sure. Guys, I'm really not spending up this story. I really don't have that much to tell. Guys, I really don't have much to tell. Oh, like the Zero stuff. My new office. Okay, my friend should be here any moment. Hey, Star. Hey, George. Sorry, guys. For some reason, Okay, George. George. Hey. Hey, Dan. Hey, George. I know that you're top of line airline pilot. Well, I'm a sea captain. Sometime I might make into a future story report short is that yeah, you're, wait, how did you get to that role? You told me that you were, the ships, you were, I went back to that ship I was on prior to the other ship. I just told someone else about all the ships, about how, tell me, tell me again what ship you were on? Okay, I was on the Oceanic. I told Captain Zero when I visited him this morning at the prison. At his prison. I was on the ocean. I was out on the Oceanic from 1901 to 1911 when yada yada I boarded the Olympic. I will be on the Oceanic for about 2 more years until 19. From, after 1912, I was after 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 what happened with that ship I was on that sank. Yeah, I was back on the Oceanic for about an, until World War One basically broke out. You were on the yeah. At that time, through. I climbed through the ranks. I was the third officer on the Oceanic when I returned back to the Oceanic, following the other ship. Guys, side note, yeah, Captain Star was back on the Oceanic, like Charles Lightoller was alley back to the ship he was on prior to Titanic. After Titanic, same go with Star. He was alley back on the ship. He was on the ocean. He went back to the Oceanic after Titanic, which is where he became the ship's second officer. And eventually, in June of 1915, he was he became second in command of the Oceanic by June by 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 June of 1913. I was second in command of the Oceanic. Guys, and as I've said before, this is all in my universe. So Star's rank on Titanic was third. So you, but wait, when did you hold the helm of a ship? I got transferred to the White Star Line once again, ocean liner. I was on another Olympic class ocean liner again for the main voyage, and I was only the captain. And that's where I was. Wait, so yeah, I have only told a lie all these years to my tuss. I was only on the Britannic. I spent most of my remaining my time. Let me tell you the names. I was on the Oceanic, Olympic, Titanic, and then back to the Oceanic before. Oh, okay. 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 You were on all these ships, but which one were you the captain of? I was the third officer on both Olympic and Titanic. Same with the Oceanic for like a year and a half. I was only the third officer before I got promoted to the first officer. Before I got promoted to the second officer. And then after like a year, I got promoted. In 1915, I was out working on the Oceanic as the first officer when I got new from the White Star line that I got transferred over to the Titanic. I got transferred. Did I say Titanic? I meant to say Britannic. Sorry. And that's where however, the main voyage was delayed following. I got transferred. And also, I got to work on the front lines as the captain of the Britannic. However, she didn't sail. What's the day that she?
And sank 55 minutes later, killing 30 of 1,000.
Well, she was actually taken out of commission because before guys, okay. Well, guys, in my universe, this happened a little differently. She never sank. What happened was she flew. I even though it's been a year since her launch, she was actually quickly taken out of service to be repaired in in November of 1915. Later did I know that I commissioned her to sail that day. The Royal the Royal Navy commissioned her to sail that day, and I will also show you my tugs in a minute. No, 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 in a minute. Yeah, I will show you my tugs in a minute. That she would have sank because of mine, but luckily I was not that threat. I was from. This is where I started to run the Starfleet. This is when I started to run the Starfleet. But wait, I was at the helm, guys, in my universe, right? In 1990, in 19, teen, 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 1919, in 1919, in 1919, in actually October for 21, 1919, the Brits had left the docks of Southampton on her maiden voyage, and I was the captain. So, guy, she was taken off. Turns out, well, why was she taken out? Oh, she had a lot of damage with the hull. Her hull was damaged. So she was out of action for the remaining of World War One. From from 1915 to 19. Wait. Yeah. So basically from 1915 to 19. Yeah, it took. Oh, turns out she, she was also being converted that same time. That same time. Yeah, she was being converted into what, Dan? Into a. It took about. Well, she was also rebuilt. She, well, turn. And also they didn't need her anymore. The Royal Navy didn't need her anymore. So she basically spent 3 years from 1919, from 1915 to 1919, he basically sitting in Belfast, Ireland. But on the but roughly the same time that Titan left, which I'm still emotionally scarred about what happened with that ship. On that day, she left the port, and I was her captain. So that's basing my life story on so, guys, I'm almost at the epic. Okay, before you, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Wait, cargo planes can't haul what you want them to haul. Your the Starfleet insists that. Yeah, because I'm planning to move the entirety of my operations from big city port to the island solar. I'm sorry, but hopefully by next Tuesday, the normal map will be renewed. I'm sorry. There's no way, mate. Besides, wouldn't it be better if you ship them all by sea? I've contacted the White Star Line. Yeah, and they... No, I'm talking like maybe a freight. No, I'm talking like freight. No, I'm not talking like passenger. Oh, right. I'm talking like maybe they can be lifted off the ground, off the river, off the boats. They can be shipped to the island? Exactly. Where do you want them to be shipped anyway? I'm joining my brother. I'm moving my entire operation from big city ports to the island Solar. Brendan Dock for the Starfleet. Okay, Brendan Dock for the Starfleet. But is that why you wanted me here? Yeah. Is that... But why are you moving on? My brother wants me to move. I've been in contact with my brother. OJ wants to retire. Yeah? And what about these guys? The Z staff? They're going to be Brendan and Tim and Natford. Brendan and Timman. Being how those are the major ports on the island right now. My brother had plans to open up more ports, but those are the two big ports. You know that this is a marking of a captain, right? The anchor. Oh, I knew. Captain Star ran back inside when he friend noticed. Aren't you supposed to have medals or something? And when he looked at him, sorry guys, that you saw the death animation, and also yeah, this is how I now look. Guys, I will remake that story. Re. Okay, it's almost over. Thanks for the visit. I better get back to my... I have a question, Jim, before you leave. I've served on only a couple planes. Not like you. I mean, you spent your entire life on the Oceanic? Yeah. Yeah, I spent my entire life before and after time. I spent my entire... Well, tell me again how you were transferred from the Olympic to Titanic. It was Allie before she left the docks. Allie, I was already chosen. Murdoch wanted me, and Smith wanted Wild. So I was on the ship the same time that I got on the ship the same day that Wild got on the ship. Yeah, I was on the ship. I got on the ship in Belfast. I helped with. I basically was the ship's third officer. I was asleep in my cabin when Titanic hit the iceberg. Yeah, and when she ultimately sank, I helped out with the evacuation the best I could. I helped out with the evacuation. I got into a lifeboat. I survived the night. I was there. I saw the ship break in two. Guys, side note. In my universe, there was no debate if the Titanic broke in two. No more people at least saw. And Atlee Charles Lightoller and Harold Bryan are overruled. The Inquirer in my universe, Atlee ruled in the favor of the Titanic sinking and breaking in two pieces because of Star. Thanks for the visit. I guess I can go back to my airline. Well, I'm going to go back to my brother. I'm going to go back to calling my brother to tell him Well, that was it for Story Support this week. Tune in next week, I guess. I mean, the episode that you just saw was a great collection of the stars doing whatever, or the Z stuff. And also, I would like to say thanks to every single character in this story. Thanks, Sunshine. Thanks, Kenton. Thanks, whoever contributed a lot to the episode. I'm gonna give them a quick mention. Thank you, whoever. A quick shout out is what I want to do, but let's all go back. Now, in case you're wondering, why am I not doing more stuff like the other stuff? It's because, well, I've just been lazy. And also, see you next Tuesday and tomorrow and the day after that for 2 more things. And then see you next Tuesday and I'm out.